Raider Nation, welcome to Live with Spicy and Low.
Come and go with me and let me blow your mind. Do you really wanna go? Let me take you on a journey. Let me blow your mind. Come roll with me.
What's good, Raider Nation? Spicy Raider Girl here with my man
boy
Lo.
Lo.
How's it going? What's up? What's up?
Not much, man. How you guys doing? How you doing?
I'm good. Happy to be here with you tonight on this random Thursday evening that
Right?
we're coming together for the first time, episode 1, y'all. So we literally just came up with this like 6 hours ago. You know, there's been a lot of chatter today, which made for a lot of conversation in the social media world with the brothers Carr, or more specifically David Carr. So we thought, hey, let's talk about it. Not only let's talk about it, but let's come up with maybe a new collaboration here. And we're here.
Everybody YouTube, you see, obviously it's us, you know what I mean? It's Spicy from, obviously For Life, our Rated Red story. You know what I mean? Me, your boy Dirty Low. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the midst of, the nation here and there. You know what I mean? Get a little following going. Me and Spicy, how many times have we met since the beginning of the season, right? For game 1. Roscoe.
Yeah. Roscoe's was the first one.
Roscoe.
Yeah, Roscoe's. We were taking shots in the parking lot in LA.
You guys were. I was driving.
Oh, okay. My bad. You were handing them out. That's all I remember.
No, but we're having a good time. So that was the first time we met, and then from there, and then just over the season we talked and stuff like that, and then the last game we seen each other was the Rams game. Seen each other real quick. Yeah. And we seen a couple shows. So we talked today. We said, screw it. What are you doing? Let's do a show. We're doing it. You want to see if the chat wants to come up? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, right now we're just live with Spicy and Low because, like I said, we just came up with this. But if you have any creative ideas for a show name, a shipper name, maybe even. Be nice. Yeah, be nice. Or don't be. Make us laugh. It's fine. Don't be mean, but you can make us laugh.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's been crazy.
I was going to say what's up to the chat. Let's say what's up to the chat really quickly. Hola, Mother Moon, Richard, Spicy.
Richard, my boy, was good.
What's good? Juan Hernandez, a supporter of the show, the Raider Critique.
What's up, bro?
What's up, John Raider?
Yep.
Raider Bob, what's up, Spicy? Salute to you as well. Navy Vet, salute.
Vet was good, bro.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Bugsy Raider, salute. Much respect. If you haven't already liked that torch, hit that like button. Subscribe to this show if you haven't done that as well. Subscribe to both of our channels, of course.
Yeah, we gotta.
We'll be alternating. We're still figuring it out, but we're gonna be alternating, maybe weekly or whenever. Yeah, whenever we decide to do it, I guess.
Yeah, we've been busy all day, just going back and forth. Hey, send this, and I'm over here and she's over there, and you know what I mean. And we're kind of just going back and forth. So this is gonna be a conversation that we kind of really didn't have. We just kind of say, hey, you want to talk about it? We're talking about it. So we're gonna talk about it with you guys. We're gonna talk about it together. I know we both have different opinions sometimes, but you know what I mean. We're basically the same shit. It is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time, man. So if you guys have any questions, any statements, anything like that, throw in the chat. We'll go back and forth on it. But so besides your day has been crazy. Is there the David Carr thing? The whole interview hasn't came out yet. You know what I'm saying? So it hasn't came out yet.
He's teasing it. He's teasing it.
Then he's in my Fresno State. I was getting a little antsy, but how do you feel about it? I'm gonna ask you first before I go on.
Okay, no, and thank you for that. And let's just if in case anyone hasn't seen it, let's just throw up a little snippet here of what Derek Carr's brother, David Carr, had to say.
Let's be honest. It's my brother, and he's going to go find another job. He's going to try and play quarterback in the NFL again with another team. And right now, it's a little touchy, okay? There's some things going on. They're trying to work a trade. Derek has to accept the trade. Mark Davis tried to trade me once. That didn't work out. See how it works out for him with my brother. We'll shoot a podcast. It'll be fun. We'll dig into what all went wrong. That enjoyable season that we all got to enjoy together on the couch in the stadium. Depressed, excited at times, but left a little bit unsatisfied. I know the Raider fans are excited to dig into this, to learn about what happened inside the walls in Las Vegas. We're going to wait, okay? We're going to wait. Derek's going to find a new team. The Raiders are going to move on. The Raiders will have a new quarterback. Maybe it's Tom Brady. That was exciting, right? You guys enjoyed that the other day? That'd be fun. You guys do great.
Wow.
Man, I could love that shit.
I don't even know. Listen, that was 58 seconds. And it's going to take us an hour to dissect 58 seconds. And that wasn't even the entire thing. It went on for 3 minutes. Most of it was not worth hearing. But what do I make of this? I mean, before we dissect it piece by piece, which I think we're going to do, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of opinion, overall, I think my overall opinion is, dude, get a life. Like, move on. This is so, to me, I get the aspect where people will say, he's standing up for his brother, and I get that, and I appreciate people, family members, whatever, that stand up for each other. But what is he standing? Derek Carr doesn't need, as far as I know, someone to stand up for him. Right? Like, what are you standing up for? You got benched. Derek Carr gets benched. I think he decided not to be there because he didn't like it, instead of being on the sidelines, which was where he should have been. And now you have his brother coming out and speaking on his behalf, really, because they had to have a conversation, right? The entire family, Carr, probably the parents, obviously the nephews, because this came from the nephews podcast. They had, this isn't something he just went and did. This is very well planned and orchestrated. So you can say, oh, well, this didn't come from Derek Carr. But in a way, I feel like it did. It came from the Carr family. This was very well thought out. And then, the week of Derek Carr going and preaching about, I'm better than pointing fingers. I'm better than this. I'm better than that, Father God. I'm moving on, greater things. It's just it's so hypocritical to me. Maybe his brother didn't go to the church that day. Maybe he missed that sermon.
Maybe they don't. Maybe one's Christian, maybe one's Baptist. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, that's my overall thought, and I want to hear your side as well, and then we can go through and pick apart everything that he said.
So, okay, there's two things that I agree and I disagree. So I agree with the point that he shouldn't have said that, right? Shouldn't have said that at all. He should keep his mouth shut. But yet, as a brother, I'm sticking up for my brother, right? But as a professional, when it comes down to actual business, this guy's an actual reporter for the ESPN, NFL, wherever he's at, NFL Network, right? He has a job. Network, right. He also knows that he has to perform his job in a certain way. He knows that what he's going to do is going to get these views. And for me, for him to do that, it's almost fucking just throwing egg in the face. You know what I mean? Look, you didn't play.
Nobody can afford to be throwing eggs these days.
Right. You know what I'm saying? For real, you didn't play for us, brother. For real, your brother watched you from Fresno State. You know what I'm saying? And that's your little brother, bro. I get it. He kind of got dirty. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, we'll get into that a little bit more. Petty. But as far as it's all petty. It's all petty. It's all throwing this and that. It's keeping it in the air. You know what I mean? When it's dying down, something else pops up. When something's dying down, there's something else is trying to pop up. They're trying to keep it going. They're trying to keep the media presence about it. Because, see, it kind of threw me off that Derek Carr went and talked at his church. And then all of a sudden the Raiders do a big old piece. And then David's over here saying stuff, and then it's a lot of stuff that's going on that it's a lot of speculation. But for David to be coming in here and being the professional, and then putting his son's podcast or nephews, whatever, in like line to possibly get destroyed, that's bad. That's a bad move all the ways across.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's tripping me out. I don't even think they should be saying nothing.
No, definitely not.
He said his So
I love this. Yeah. I love this comment right here. Raider Bob wants that 58 seconds back.
Sorry, Bob.
Sorry, Bob. Our bad.
Boy, Bob. Yeah, shit.
And your critique said he's been doing it for years. It's nothing new. Yeah, I think the only difference is now it just looks petty. It looks unprofessional. To your point, Lo. You know, it's like, he's already trying. I don't know if you saw. He was already trying to. Well, we can pick this apart little by little, but David is already trying to backtrack and say it wasn't a knock at Tom Brady. This is funny. Can't you all take a joke because of the history or something of that nature? Don't quote me exactly, but that was the gist of it. And it's like, I didn't take that as a diss to Tom Brady at all. I took it as a diss to the Raiders, and more importantly, the Raiders fans. I thought he was basically saying, y'all complaining about my brother, he didn't perform, and now you're going to get probably to most Raiders fans, like, your worst nightmare. Ha ha, in a way. How'd that work out type of thing? How do you like that? That's how I took it. How did you take that snippet of it?
Me being a big shit talker, classic shit talker, that's all shit talking right there.
Right.
That is all shit talking. I would do that all day. I do that to my friends. I'll do it to people that I'm talking shit to in the grocery store. I would do that all day. That's shit talking 101. That's just the smile, saying fuck you with a smile. That's what it is.
But then own it, right? Don't try to backtrack and be like, oh, can't you take a joke? Like, be like, I talked that ish, I did. And?
Yeah. But he's making himself look dumb. He's making himself look dumb. He's making himself look really, really dumb. You know what I mean? He's making himself look professional, petty, all these different things, man. Like, he got a Super Bowl, like pretty much sitting on the bench. He was a number one draft pick. I seen him play like when I was younger, kid. You know what I mean? Seen him playing. You know what I mean? He was a number one draft pick. He got a shit deal. Derek Carr came in. I mean, hey, two brothers in the NFL. That's very rare, man. Be proud of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. You guys didn't you got a Super Bowl. Your brother still might have a chance. You need to shut the fuck up. And then maybe you guys might be able to get those Tostito commercials. You know what I mean? But now what he's doing
I heard him say that, one Super Bowl was enough to represent the whole family. Like, that was good enough for them. So, you know what? Share the ring.
That's petty as hell. They're really, really petty to me.
Totally.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, to me, it's just him doing it, and I'm gonna watch it obviously just because. But if Derek comes out there and if he comes out and says like, "Look, man, you know what I mean? It's just what it was, like what he said," and he's preaching to the choir, whatever not. So he has to preach the word. And even though he brought that in because it was something that people can reflect on, and obviously people want to hear about it, but he's just doing the right route. Now I'm saying Derek is probably not mother effing and dropping bombs here and there, left and right, because he's pissed off to his family, of course. So like you said, them coming together and wanting to put it together and take the time and then do this and drop this, it's classic media shit. Classic.
Totally. It's so well orchestrated. We know that Derek Carr can't say anything until at least until after the 15th. That's when the trade deadline is. And Monica says here, I think he's trying to hype his brother's future. That may be. I don't see that as hyping though. To me, that who wants that type of pettiness and controversy and all those types of things? If anything, I think he's hurting his brand, because Derek Carr is always known as the respectful guy, the nice guy. He doesn't say a lot. He just puts his head on and plays. So this is off brand for Derek Carr, I think. So if that's the angle, and you may be right, I don't think it's a good angle. And then shout out right here. Hey David, what
I
did
see.
the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Don't sneak this my team. Don't sneak
Yep.
this it. Thank you
What's
for
up,
the
my
super
brother?
chat, my friend.
Shit, that's good. Yeah, nah. I mean, he's messing it all up. I don't think Derek is really doing it, but it's his older brother. I do it for my older sisters. I do it for my older brother. You know what I mean? You know, it's just what we are. But this is a professional sport. You are basically on your job. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever you do outside of your job gets you either money or it gets you laid off. Derek Carr got laid off because he was playing bad. Even though thankful for the 9 years, bro, it's been up and down. It's time to move forward, bro. Like all this at this point, it's meaningless. It's just hair, it's just hot air just to get people pumped up, just to have something to talk about. Keep Carr in the mix. Carr's moving. We're not gonna get no first round draft pick from him. We're not.
No.
What's pissing me off a lot is just the cross narratives about what McDaniels is doing and coaching, and then the defense. It's more than Carr. Carr's gone now. And then like that is just now just me to be wiped off the table. Whatever David says means nothing. Means absolutely nothing.
No, he's just taunting. He's taunting. He's bitter. And to me, that's the way it comes across. And speaking of, he did throw in also, the fact that Derek Carr has to accept the trade, which is true. So to me, that everything to me was just shady. He was basically, to me, that statement meant my brother has all the power.
Right.
He has all the power against the Raiders to pick and choose where he wants to go. But he just, which is true, but David came across doing it in like a very smug way, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did. Your opinions were spot on. He did that on purpose. Yeah. Because, I mean, even when you break down the analytics of it, and I thought it was a dumb move by the organization to extend Carr off top. I've said it to different people. I think I've said it on my live. I thought it was a bad move. Because if anything, if you're going to bring Davante Adams in when they were talking with him, obviously you were going to give they already declined all the fifth-year options. You know what I mean? Cleveland, Jacobs, and Abram. So when they did that, I was like, all right, let Carr play out his year, bring Adams in, save a little bit of money, get somebody in. They did that. And once they did that, I think Derek Carr seen that. He's like, oh, I see what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So put that in there.
Yeah.
No trade clause.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
So,
Car
and they
insurance,
did that,
right?
boom. He's like, all right, he already seen what was going to happen. Now, even though the writing was on the wall, and even though Derek Carr did play like shit this year, if you want to go back to McDaniels, and now moving forward with it, I think he's seen the writing on the wall because of what McDaniels has done before.
Right.
With the Broncos.
Right. Yeah, that track record certainly is not good. I mean, Davante Adams has gone on record to say it's the most complicated offense in the NFL. Again, this is something I'm reading. You can't quote me. I didn't check my source. Whatever. That's what I thought.
Check my references.
Right. But yeah, so let's before we move on to the next chapter. I guess.
You want to get to that a little bit?
Yeah, totally. Good idea. Thank you for reminding me. I always forget that.
Sorry, chat. We were just shooting the shit.
No, we appreciate it. No. David is Derek's biggest fan, and good for him. He should be. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that whatsoever. I think we're just more speaking of the pettiness and of it all. Let's see. Raphael says, "Look, can I be mad? And of course, Ahmad. Can I be Ahmad? And of course, El Capitan Raphael has much love and respect for the Raider Nation, y'all. All right." Critique says, "I expect him to throw some shade." Why? Because of who he is and his record, or because you think it's appropriate? That's what I'm wondering. What you think there? Raider, tell me.
No, he basically. I know Critique. Basically, he's just saying that he's gonna throw some shade because it's his brother. It's just what he does. It's just he's been doing it ever since he got a job with the NFL
Right.
Network. Yeah, it
Right.
is the NFL Network he was with. Yeah.
It's the NFL Network, I believe. Yes, there are teams that can use Derek that see how the Carr family is acting, and they might second guess if they really need Derek. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. You know, if you've got your
Yeah.
brother that has a platform like the NFL Network, you know, is going to go off kind of running his mouth every time he gets his chonies in a twist or whatnot. I'm not sure that that's something you want. Somebody had mentioned, I put the video up on their Facebook page earlier today, and somebody had mentioned Derek Carr is, you know, the new either Brittany or Jackson Mahomes to Patrick.
Jesus, please, David, if you're watching this, don't go dance. Don't do no TikTok dances, bro. Please just don't.
Hey, TikToks on the sidelines or smug statements on Nephew's podcast. Same difference,
Right? Yeah. Come on. Because you know what? To be honest with you, my boy Ern, he had this thing. It was hashtag Car's fault. So you know what I mean. That if you guys can hashtag Car's fault, that's
Hashtag Carr's
one of
fault.
the
There you
Cars'
go.
fault, one way or another.
Yeah, right. Raider Way, let's look forward. Hopefully we hit on the draft. That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would definitely be nice.
Mm-hmm.
David
you
Carr
wanna-
wants to be in the mix. He's trying to get 15 minutes of fame in 2023. Maybe. I mean, yeah, what? I don't know. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say maybe you should show the little clip about or show the win. Apparently Tom Brady and his TB12. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
we could talk about Tom Brady, about him coming, then we'll talk about the draft, because those two gotta go hand in hand if you want to.
Yeah, we're gonna move forward to some Tom Brady talk. I don't know, there's a lot going on with that too. It's almost like and maybe you don't know what we're talking about. Is it too early just to bring it up really quickly?
Bring it up.
So
Show it.
I don't know if you saw. I know I hadn't have a chance to pull it up. I'll try to pull it up, but basically Tom Brady went on Instagram or something like that. And do you remember what he said exactly?
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now. I'll pull it on IG. So
pull it up, and then also there is the Win, who is associated with the Raiders. Of course, they have the Win Field Club in Allegiant Stadium, is now offering TB12 private training with Tom Brady specialist or something that they're marketing as, like you can work out like the GOAT does or something of that nature. So it's almost like they went in cahoots together, like Tom Brady and David Carr were like, you know what, we should totally troll the Raiders fans or the Raiders this week. Like
yeah, hold on, let me look this up real quick. Let me share the screen. So there you go. You can go put it up.
Yep. Here we go.
Right here. Yeah, it says,
Win Las Vegas. Go ahead, go read it.
Okay. So Win Las Vegas, partner of the Las Vegas Raiders, has announced a partnership with Tom Brady and TB12. Guests can now book an appointment with a TB12 body coach for one-on-one instructions with the TB12 method, the regime that sustained, or the regiment that sustained Tom Brady's championship level play. You want to do it? Let's go.
Yeah, let's sign up for it. Do you want to? Can you pull up the video of what Tom what he actually
I got it right here.
spoke on it? You got it. Okay. Let me know when you have it up. I'll put that up as well. I mean, to me, this is just like, there's conspiracy theories all the time, but is this really happening right now?
I don't know. All right, here we go.
I don't care how we get it done. Just win, baby. Enjoy the weekend.
Oh, it's hard. Can you turn it louder? It's hard to hear, and I'll stop the music for a second.
Hold on.
I don't care how we get it done. Just win, baby. Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know how to get it louder.
No, we heard it. He says, "I don't care how we get it done. Just win, baby.
Just
Enjoy
win,
the
baby."
weekend." So there's some serious trolling going on.
I'm sorry. Fucking talk shit.
Larissa says, "I don't want TV to come to the Raiders. Just retire." Uggs. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, how do you feel about that? What's your opinion on Tom Brady coming to the Raiders? If he were like, overall thought. Of course, we're all probably going to say whoever wears the silver and black, we're going to cheer for. I think that's the consensus.
Now that's already that's where we're at. Like at first I was like, man, I'm not gonna watch no games. Then I do the 72-hour rule, like, you know what I mean. And the first Tom Brady's coming, I was like, man, I ain't watching no games. I'm a Raider fan, but by the end of the 72 hours, I was like, all right, I just won't buy a jersey. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, if you really want to break it down logistically, it's gonna be crazy to pull that off, and also get one of the biggest things that we need now, and that's defense. Now, if I'm going to go back to 2019 when him and McDaniels were together, they had a 12-4 record, or I believe that was something like that, 12-4 record. Went to the playoffs. I don't think the AFC Championship. I don't even think it was the AFC Championship. I think it was the AFC Championship, and lost to the wild card Tennessee Titans and Mariota, and they had the number one defense. So for Tom Brady, and that was in 2019. That was how many years? 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Going to be 5 years, pretty much. So him to come in with the defense that we don't have nobody on besides Crosby.
Right.
Then we have no offensive line.
That's the big part.
So then it means we got to either bring a center or another guard and a right tackle. I had a buddy of mine had one theory, but he's saying move James to guard, which he is naturally, and then bring in a center like Jensen. But this is kind of the biggest thing, and I don't know how this is going to work because they just fired their head coach in Tampa. Tom got him fired. Tom, why would they fire him if Tom's not staying?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
if we want to break it down, there's going to be a lot of money on the offensive side of the ball. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to want to draft all young on the defensive side of the ball. So once they do that, then that means our defense is going to basically be crap. They're probably going to gel probably halfway through, maybe be about 24th, 20th, which would possibly get us through. But that's barring no injuries and depth and all that. So it's going to be a logistical nightmare, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere. I believe the Raiders also just acquired like 6.6 mil in cap money, so that can help. But yeah, with hypothetically speaking, of course, because we have no idea. But if Tom Brady were to come, I think to your point, you know, they will have to beef up the O-line for sure. I mean, this guy has never really moved well. He is older. The older you get, you just can't help it, right? You're going to get slower. You're not going to have the mobility, and he never had it anyway. So, he's not going to be this quarterback that's going to run out of the pocket or, run for downs or anything like that. So, without the protection, I don't think he can succeed. And right now, I don't think the Raiders have the protection in the O-line for that type of quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of other people were saying something about, Rodgers coming. That's another logistical nightmare that wouldn't work. It would work in a sense, but we would have to trade like Waller.
Right, and the Waller actually was discussed with the Devontae Adams trade. So we know already that Waller is on an option, is part, potentially be part of the Raiders' option to trade because they've already gone there with that, right? Let's just a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what I'm saying is that because they have so much money with him, you know what I mean? And if we were to actually make some moves, you know what I mean, for like a Rodgers or whatnot, I highly doubt it's going to happen. I know for a fact that they were looking at a young quarterback named Richardson. He's kind of like under the radar rookie quarterback that will be coming in the quarterback position. But does Devontae want to stay if we have a rookie?
As of right now, I don't think he wants to go anywhere. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. He's always wanted to be a Raider. I don't think he's going anywhere. And I don't think Raiders are going to put all their hope into a rookie personally. And let's read some of these comments here. Spice says, well, I think that we need to look for a young, smart, talented quarterback. But on the flip side, after the Tuck rule, look where Brady ends up with the Raiders to end his career, which I think is today the anniversary of that game, I think.
I think it's 21st or 19th?
The 21st?
I'm not sure.
Well, today's the 19th. It might have been today.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, it might have been today. So, yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about conspiracy theories, right? Since we're just talking about a bunch of rumors anyway, right?
Right, fuck it. Like, this is the first show that we're doing, so we're just winging it.
We're totally winging it. And I'm just going off this comment here because what a story that would be for the NFL, right? Tom Brady starts off his career as a backup quarterback, goes in against the Raiders in the snow. No one even really knew his name outside of New England. This call changes the history of football. It changes the rules of football. He goes on to have this career where he's won more Super Bowls than any franchise has. And then he circles back to the Raiders. And if it ends there, I mean, that's a script that only the NFL could write.
January 19th, 2002.
Okay, it was.
Right.
It was. Okay, it was today.
You're right.
And I tell you, and I think, and I believe this, as a Raiders fan, I feel like everyone remembers where they were when that play happened. I know I certainly remember exactly where I was, I remember what I was wearing, I remember who I was with, I remember the exact place and time when that happened. I don't know about the rest of you, Raider Nation, but
I remember I was in boot camp. I was in Army boot camp at the time. I had snuck in a phone, so I was reading the texts through the phone, and I was reading the game, and it just said fumble. It said no. It said fumble recovery. And then I watched the game the next day, and I was like, God damn. I was so mad. But, yeah. I remember that. 21 years ago. 21 years ago. Jesus. That was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
A lot of moons.
And like Lo just said, we just came up with this show 6 hours ago, so we totally winging it. And, if you have an idea for a name of our show moving forward, let us know if you have any fun ideas for a name. We're just going to come on, no set time or date, just whenever we a hot topic. I mean, like I said, today was a hot topic with David Carr. Yeah. So, let's go back to kind of picking that apart a little bit.
Go for it.
I'm trying to think of what my other points were, because I know he said a lot there, right? He teased the fact that we have to wait for this, podcast to come out because, quite frankly, he knows it's bad for the brand. Otherwise, he would just talk his ish right now. He knows it's bad for the brand. He knows he has to wait until Derek decides to go to another team or what the trade happens, because he knows he can't do that right now. That will severely hurt the brand. And he's basically threatening to let us know what goes on behind the closed doors in Las Vegas or something to that nature, right? So you're like, okay, you're waiting till he's waiting till his brother gets picked off to basically expose the Raiders.
Right.
Like, who wants that on their team? It's kind of like that thing, like, this is how I feel about people that if they're talking ish behind someone's back to me, I'm not dumb enough to think that they're not talking ish to someone else about me.
Right.
So if he's threatening to, like, expose the Raiders and expose Mark Davis and all of this other stuff, why wouldn't he do that to your team too when he becomes unhappy and gets his chonies in the twist the next time his brother gets benched?
Yeah. See, what throws me off about the whole him being whiny, I can see that. Anybody can. You know what I mean? Grown ass man, kids, whatever. I can see the whiny part. The only thing that throws me off is that they said the same shit about Cutler. And then they traded his ass.
Right.
So if you want to talk conspiracies, that's one of the biggest ones. The same smash job shit that Vincent Bossignor's putting out and all this bullshit is backtracking and double going. They're double backing on a lot of shit that they're saying, and it seems eerily similar to exactly what McDaniels used to do over there. But now that we're moving forward from that, whoever we bring in, if McDaniels doesn't succeed, then obviously he's going to be out. You know what I mean? I try not to look at it like that because I want to win, no matter who comes in. So for me, with David and all that, you know, we're gonna talk more shit about it. It's just gonna be more shit to talk.
It's juicy. Why wouldn't we? It's almost delicious.
Yeah. You know what? I was tripping out because one of the biggest things that I've seen a lot of people, I haven't seen anybody talk about it. Well, I mean, because I don't really watch a lot of content creators, but Graham is actually going to be the head coach at the Senior Bowl. You know what I mean? Which, two good things. One, he's being a head coach, and then two, he's going to get a lot of hands-on with these good players. You know what I mean? Possible draft picks and stuff like that. So that is a good thing. You know what I mean? I think it's sneaky good, but I kind of also made a joke because I'm going to talk shit about his defense.
Tell me. I love it.
When we were talking about it, I was like, what he's going to do? Teach him how not to play football? Like, you know what I mean? What the fuck? Because, I mean, his defense is good. You know, it's all out of love and, you know, respect, man. The guy's worked his ass off to get in his position. But, I mean, I think it's a good move that they're there, like, with the draft coming in. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, at this point, I said this all along, like, it can't get any worse. I know people go, oh, you know, I said this when they benched Carr. Oh, it can't get any worse. Oh, yeah, they can. They can lose the last 2 games. It's right. or lose it by you know, get blown out or whatever. It's like another losing season is another losing season, and that's all we're getting. You know, or excuse me, I know there's been a couple like 500 seasons. To me, that's basically a losing season. But at this point, keep trying what works. I say keep trying until something sticks.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it is, but the thing is, though, it's like for me, Adams, that's one of the biggest things. You know, he wants to be a Raider this whole time, and he's here and he's dealing with this fuckery. You know what I mean? He could have. Obviously, he was being missed in Green Bay. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I just think me, because I'm kind of cutthroat. If I'm going to take over something and I'm going to trim the fat, just, hey, sorry, here's the 2 weeks. I'm out. Boom, boom, boom. I'm doing what I got to do. This is what has to happen. Because I know my way is going to work. Some of the moves that they made show that they didn't know that their way was going to work. Somebody was at Lombardi's dad or something was saying like, oh, well, why they didn't trade him? Why did they didn't trade Carr? And I was like, man, that's stupid. Quarterback winning playoff. The team's just we need to dissolve the whole thing. I'm coming in. I'm bringing in my guy. Right. They could have gotten a lot more for Derek Carr then. So that shows rookie level mentality. If they were going to get rid of him already as it was, they could have traded him to the Patriots and got his Mac Jones. Even though I would have hated that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even to that fact, Mac Jones wasn't this great player. He threw 3 passes in 1 game and won. How do you do that? Defense and running game, right? So he would have been fine here if he would have just ran the ball off, but I'm going too far. But yet, at the same time, man, like, I think personally, like, now it's their time to actually show what they're going to do. And if they don't show it, you know, you know, and the big thing is if Devontae sees that they're not bringing in a solid quarterback, it's gonna be bad for him because he's gonna have to go through a rebuild. And one thing that he didn't want to do was go through a rebuild over there with Jordan Love and all that shit.
Right.
I think even some guys were saying bring Jordan Love over here for what?
Yeah.
It's and
you know, I don't really see it as a rebuild per se because
it is now.
I disagree just because of the quarterback. It's an important position, but if you look at like Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Burrow, you know, these guys were all very successful in just within the matter of 2 seasons, really. So with the talent that the Raiders have on offense, and you get the right fit with the quarterback who can run that playbook, and they acquire some more defense, I don't really see it as a rebuild. They just need the right killer instinct quarterback. Because, like I said, there's been a lot of success with young quarterbacks. I think in the AFC, you know, they're all like, you know, 20, 23, 4, 5. I think Mahomes is like the oldest at 27.
27, 26, and 24.
Right. So I think that's why, you know, I don't really think it's a rebuild. If we do go the opposite way, you know, and get somebody like Tom Brady, that's almost like, I'd almost rather have a rebuild than a Brady or a quote unquote rebuild or a younger quarterback than a Brady or a Rodgers, who they're like old and done. And people will disagree with this probably, but Rodgers really hasn't had that much success. You know, he really has not had a lot of success. So, you know, why would the Raiders think that that's a good fit? To me, it's not. And, you know, I read something in the comments that made me think of this, but, that we were talking about the Tuck Rule date. Because I think that the David Carr video was very well orchestrated. Like I said, I think the family was involved. I think Derek Carr was involved. I think they all knew what he was going to say. It was done on the family podcast. And to me, with that, and with the dig to Raiders fans with Tom Brady, he is so salty that he chose this day to put salt in the wound on the day that Raiders fans, he could have released, this video came out today, right?
I think so. Let me double check that. I didn't even think about that shit. See, look, that's that sneaky shit right there. See, like, I wouldn't even be thinking about that. Thank you.
Right. So of all days when you're going to say, oh, maybe Tom Brady will work out for you. Well, we're here on, you know, the 21st day that this happened, the Tuck Rule. To me, it's all very well orchestrated.
Wow. That's crazy. Let me see real quick.
Well, you check that out. The Raider critique. These new guys coming up, these players are just getting better and better. We need a Mahomes. I think that's Hendon Hooker. Yeah, I mean, we need some. Like I said, I'd rather younger. And these guys have proven to be able to have success, you know, within the first couple years. I mean, even Derek Carr, right? Even Derek Carr made the playoffs in his second or third season, you know, and then of course the break, and then it was all downhill from there because he was drafted in 2014. The injury happened in 2016.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't think about it like that, but yet the younger quarterbacks did come in and they did have a push. They did have Khalil Mack, you know what I mean? And they had their stars. They had, like, you know what I mean, the building blocks to what they have, right? So, like, right now, we have everything. So it's like when Stidham came in, I was kind of like, all right, let's see this guy ball out. The only thing that kind of threw me off a little bit was when he was coming off the field and he was all pumped up and we're all like, fuck yeah, second drive. And he's like, I'm that dude. And he walked off and he told McDaniels just looked at him like, yeah, shut up. Shut up, back up. Like, you know, he just kind of had that towards me. Right. And I was kind of like, oh, yeah, this ain't the guy. When I seen that, I was like, oh, this ain't the guy. So he's going to ball out. So next week, he's going to shit the bed. And, okay, you want to talk about Diggs, right? All right, so.
I do.
How many times, look, think about it like this. Stidham, first time starting. Did you ever see Derek Carr's wife in the stands? Did you ever see them put camera on it like that? Her dancing on? Never seen that shit. One fucking game and they're just fucking posted like right next. They're like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? And I was just like, okay, I
actually didn't even know that because I didn't see the telecast.
Right, because you're at the game, right?
I was at the game, yeah.
They never show, I guess, his wife or anything like that. And I was like, okay, but then Stidham, the new guy, the fucking new slinger, and you know, his wife's kind of hot, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they just kept on. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, well, whatever. You know, even the commentators.
Oh, interesting. Was she dancing or anything? Or was she celebrating?
She was dancing, but she was like all excited because her dude was there. You know what I mean? But
well, I think it's probably just a storyline, right? Because if you look at, like, you know, what's happening in San Francisco with Brock, they show the family a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got this story that's going on that's really unheard of. You know, he's 6-0 now. And the family's like super excited about it. So it's a storyline. So, you know, in the media and in the television, you know, they're going to play into that. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. But I was just tripping out. I was like, you never seen, you know, Derek Carr? I
don't think I've ever seen her on TV, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to a lot of the games, but even then, it's been seasons, and I can't recall ever seeing her. But let's get to the chat before we move on to picking apart the next little part of the video there. Jimmy Montez, remember when
That's my cousin right there. Shout out, Jimmy.
Hey, what's up? Shout out. By the way, thank you all. Some of these names are new, so if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do and light that torch, hit that like button. Remember when Gronk said it was a done deal? Gruden wasn't having it.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. That was when old wife beater White. You know, when that shit came up, when he said that, yeah, Dana White looked drunk and they were just doing whatever they're doing. He said that and he blew it up. And then I watched The Shop with everyone watched that clip with Tom Brady. That motherfucker, and I was like, the motherfucker was apparently Carr. But I don't think it was Carr. I think it was more Gruden than anything.
Yeah.
I think it was Gruden. The motherfucker was Gruden. In my eyes. It could have been Carr. I don't think he had a real beef with Carr. I think it was more along the lines that Gruden didn't want him because he knew that he would have to listen to the GOAT.
Right.
So, yeah.
You know, that's right, Raider Way. You probably saw that video that we put up after the last Kansas City game in the Win Club, popping bottles. You know it. We went from the black hole to the bougie hole.
Crazy.
Yeah. So and maybe I'm in, and I don't know the history of David Carr. Mm-hmm. I mean, I certainly don't know everything, right? And I don't think anybody does. But what was the comment about Mark Davis wanted to trade me?
I do not know. I do not know what that is.
Mark Davis wanted to trade me, but maybe it'll work out better for my brother. How'd that work out for you? So what? Can somebody in the comments tell me what that was about? Or Lo, can you tell me what does that even mean?
You know what? I do not know. You know what? Like, say, okay, now I know there's at one point David Carr was on the trade block, or they were trying to trade him. I remember that because, you know what I mean? It was just, he was getting sacked. I think he got sacked 80 times in the first 2 seasons, which is a crazy number.
Yeah.
Because he had no offensive line. There was a there was the Houston Texans expansion team, their first year, obviously. So he went in and got beat up. But I know he went to the Niners. And I was like, oh, that'll be dope. You know what I mean? He's coming to the Bay, so on and so forth. Might go to the Raiders. We didn't have a quarterback. So maybe there was a trade there. Maybe there was. And he tried to probably lowball him because of whatever. You know what I mean? And he was kind of like, yeah, how'd that work out for you? Yeah, go screw yourself. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it was. So maybe there's probably there might be. I don't know for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because he said he didn't say trade for me. He said trade me. Right?
He probably meant trade for him because he was never a Raider.
Right.
David Carr was never a Raider.
So maybe he was in talks to become a Raider or something, and it didn't.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, in the 49ers, right? Was he just practice squad or did he?
No, he was backup.
He was backup, so he was on the team for 1 season as backup.
Let me see. I'll pull up his.
Let's see. I have it here. Let's see. 2010, Carr agreed. This is David to terms with San Francisco 49ers. He served as the backup to Alex Smith. Carr was put into the 49ers Week 7 game against his former team, the Carolina Panthers, after Smith suffered an injury.
That's right. He did go to Carolina.
So, yeah, okay. So completed 15 of 13 passes for 67 yards. So he went from the Texans to the Panthers to the New York Football Giants to the 49ers, and then a second stint with the New York Football Giants. So, but I still don't see where the Raiders fit in.
So
anyone else out here?
Probably after Houston.
Okay.
Because it had to be after Houston because I know that Andre Johnson was going to be available. No, that wasn't it. No.
He said David by mistake. Wait, what is this? Raider Way? He said David by mistake about a trade. Mark, what does that mean?
He may have said David by mistake about trade. I don't know. I'm kind of lost too. David Carr was better than Derek. Oh. Fucking Gravy. That's my boy Gravy. Shout out Gravy.
Let's really quickly, in 28 seconds.
But no, but to be honest with you, he was.
Yeah, let's just listen to it one more time, just so we can get.
Go for play it again.
To be honest, it's my brother, and he's going to go find another job. He's going to try and play quarterback in the NFL again with another team. And right now, it's a little touchy, okay? There's some things going on. They're trying to work a trade. Derek has to accept the trade. Mark Davis tried to trade me once. That didn't work out. See how it works out for him with my brother. We'll shoot a podcast. It'll be fun. We'll dig into what all went wrong and that enjoyable season that we all got to enjoy together on the couch in the stadium. Depressed, excited at times, but left a little bit unsatisfied. I know the Raider fans are excited to dig into this, to learn about what happened inside the walls in Las Vegas. We're going to wait. Okay, we're going to wait. Derek's going to find a new team. The Raiders are going to move on. The Raiders will have a new quarterback. Maybe it's Tom Brady. That was exciting, right? You guys enjoyed that the other day? That'd be fun. You guys do great.
Okay, he's going to go try. He's going to go try to play in the NFL, he said. Was that like a Freudian slip? He's going to go try to play in the NFL.
Yeah. Ultimately, like when it comes down to it, David Carr was actually a better quarterback than his brother. When it really, really boiled down to it, that time he would run. He had a cannon. But yeah, he just got hurt. He was getting killed. He was getting killed back there. But he did get a Super Bowl, whatever, not. But yeah, like you said, it is all orchestrated bullshit, I think.
We don't either, Larissa. We don't even understand. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess your boy Gravy. He must be a Fresno State alum here.
At least he has a nice cap. Yep. You should. As my cousin says, sarcastic much, Jimmy. Shout out my cousin Jimmy right there. It's stupid. Yeah, that shit's hella crazy. But I think personally, it's just gonna be like this for the next couple of weeks. Once he gets traded, do you think that this is never ever gonna end, this Carr debate? I've heard people say it.
Never.
That it's always that he's just gonna be there. It's always gonna be Carr should have done this or could have.
It's never going to end.
Are we that toxic?
It's never going to end. You know why? Because if the Raiders go on to succeed, all the Kardashians are gonna say, "Told you so." And if the Raiders go on to not succeed, all the Kardashians are going to say, "I told you so." So anyway you look at it, they're going to Raiders fans, whether you're a bash or a dash, are going to, after every single game, have told you so moment, I think, of why they were right about liking him or disliking him.
Yeah. So, okay. So this is the thing. So so both people are basically, it's hard. It's not, see, I hate the narrative that, it's either one way or another. One way or another, bottom line, we're all Raider fans, and he's gone, regardless of whatever. I don't see why we should hold on to it. I don't either. And someone will argue this right now because we're still talking about it, right? He says he's done as a Raider. I don't care anymore. Right. You're right.
But we've got this juicy video that came out today. So, we've got to talk about it.
I just want to see what he's going to say. I just want to see the end of just what it is. And hey, Larissa says right there, perfect. She said it's a passive aggressive mumbo jumbo. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Fucking, that is it. You know what I mean? It's this. That this offseason is going to be hell. It is going to be hell.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait for these certain deadlines to come around to see what happens.
Yeah, I think they should just cut bait and just get rid of it. If they just cut it down, just get rid of them and just say screw it. I think they should just cut them.
Well, DC has all the power right now. They can't. Right? He really does have all the power.
So if they cut him, if the Raiders cut him right now before three days before the Super Bowl, 3 days after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If they cut him or trade him from them, they don't owe him no money. If they cut him, it'll be $5 million. If they trade him, obviously we're not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt because whoever's gonna pick up that option is gonna pick up that option, and no one's gonna turn around and pick up the $40 million
Right.
contract. No one's going to pick that up and give up a couple draft picks. No.
Right.
So yeah, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that point. Let's read some of these comments. Larissa says, cut
him. Yep.
The Raider critique. NFL is doing everything they can do to divide us. Remember, a nation that's divided is a nation that is conquered. Well, a little spin-off to that. I mean, the nation's kind of already conquered in the way that, when they moved to Vegas, I was at almost every home game this year. And it was predominantly opposing teams fan, especially when it came to San Francisco and Kansas City. But it was everyone. I mean, last year was the Chicago Bears. Last season, I mean, it goes on and on. So in that aspect, I mean, but I digress a little bit. Oh, it's the same because he doesn't do drama, and David is acting like a drama queen. He is totally acting like a drama queen.
Yep.
But I'm kind of here for it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching that podcast thingy.
Of course, yeah.
We should watch it. Maybe this is a good show idea, huh? Watch it live and comment.
Watch it live? Or like go over it. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? And just keep
there you go. As it happens.
Hey, that'll be a second show. Once he puts it out, we'll do.
Hopefully we'll do shows before then. That's over a month away.
When's he gonna put it out? I mean, because
we have to wait till at least the 15th. At least, yeah, because they have. Well, when a move happens, but presumptuously, there we go. Nothing will happen until that date, and I actually think it will exceed that because I don't think a trade will happen. So then it'll go into free agency and blah, blah, blah. But Larissa says, I think they will just let him go and not trade him. What if the team that takes him back out of the trade, like McDaniels did with the Colts, then we have to pat the $40 million. You want to comment on that, Lo?
So I think that. Yeah, the $40 million, the $40 million is not going to work there, and that's not going to happen, Larissa, because they're going to cut him before that. They're going to have to cut bait because it'll be more of a loss than anything because no one's going to pick up that contract, and it's not going to work. So they will cut him if they can't find a trade partner. They will cut him. It's just good business, and if they don't do that, then that's bad. That's bad. They're starting off all kinds of bad. You know what I mean? That contract's way too high in order for all this to work. Even Brady, the only reason why they say Brady's works because it's $45 million, but he gets money off top and only takes $50 million to the cap.
Right.
So that would work. You know what I mean? That would work tremendous numbers. You know what I mean? But Davis is going to have to come out, and it's going to be a guarantee for 2 years or whatever, whatnot. So he's probably going to shell out like 60, if not 80, for 2 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So so if he comes, it's a lot of money for an old dude.
It's a lot of money for an old dude, that's for sure. And a dude that's actually, that's been hated by the Raider Nation for over 20 years now. So I mean that's a whole different topic. I know people are going to say we're going to represent the silver and black no matter what, but I actually do believe with each the Raiders make little by little. We're a very loyal fan base, but with each move little by little, they're going to start to piss people off, right? Mm-hmm. Some people might get pissed off about this, that, or the other. But every single move, and you see that stadium becoming more the opposition, the Raiders can't afford to continue to piss Raiders fans off. Like, it's really going in a bad direction. For we're Oakland fans, right? So we were pissed off about that. And a lot of people fell off or go to less games. When the whole Derek Carr thing happened, a lot of people were pissed off about that. Maybe they're losing some fans. Then you get Tom Brady, right? That could piss people off. Then you're going to lose more fans. What happened to Vegas Ralph? That could piss people off. It's just like every little thing, I feel like it's just like mounting. And the Raiders, Mark Davis specifically, thinks that we're such a loyal fan base because we are, that he can do whatever he wants, disregard how we care about it, and we're just going to keep following. At some point, someone is, whatever, maybe you're not fed up about the Oakland thing, maybe you're not fed up about the Carr thing, maybe you're not fed up about if Brady happens, or you are. But at one point, something's gonna hit a nerve with somebody where they're just like, this is my where I draw the line.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? After all that you just said, I'm not even gonna say his name. I have a friend that will always be my brother till end of time. And he was a Raiders fan. Grew up a Raiders fan, was from Brooklyn, grew up a Raiders fan, loved the Raiders. This was his team. Got tired. He was gone. After 2004, that's it. He's a Seattle fan. That's what it is. And he got rid of all his Raiders stuff. He just can't just done. You know what I mean? It's like that's the first time I've ever heard of that. And I was like, man, when you were saying that, I was thinking about that. I was like, man, we have a loyal fan base to go through all the shit that we're going through.
Right.
This is a very, very toxic relationship. I feel one-sided. I am the battered, emotionally abused.
Right.
All of us are. But I mean, we all have that hope that it's going to get better, but it just seems that we keep on repeating the same thing. Things aren't working.
Right.
Go 3 years out, boom. Things don't work. And for the last 9 years, this guy, Carr was the guy, basically the butt of the whole joke. So now we just gotta hope they just get it through. We got to get through. We have to get through. If it doesn't work, then you know what? We're just gonna go.
Jimmy says, "Why you gotta bring up old stuff?" Oh no, wait. How about hire Trump as head coach? He'll never admit it if we lose. I love that.
I know we didn't lose. We didn't lose. The score, it was fixed.
I love it. Mother Moon says, because we are probably going to stay Raiders fans, and we are probably going to continue to go to games, but I agree with this point right here. Hit them in the pocketbook and stop buying at the Raider image. Better merch on the streets and by fans with their creativity out there. Yeah, support. There's a lot of great fans that make great merch as well. So, yeah, that's a great point. And by the way, the Raider image is way overpriced.
And they never had my size.
Yeah, that part.
Nah, they don't even have one here. They had one in Fresno for a long time. And one day I was going to go grab some J's, and I was going to go see what they got, grab a hat or something, and it was like fucking closed. And
oh no.
Yeah, and it's all
Speaking
closed.
of, I just want there are a lot of Raider fans that make great merch, but also Vera Crosby, Mrs. Crosby, Mad Max's mom, she makes some awesome jackets. I don't have one yet. I should get one, but I did get a special delivery today that I want to show off.
What's up?
I haven't even opened it yet. It actually came from Mrs. Crosby herself.
No shit. Dope. You got a jersey. Check you out.
Not only a jersey.
It's freaking signed. You can't see it. You can't see it.
Oh, it's signed. A signed jersey. It's right.
Wow, I can see it right now. There you go. There you go. Dope.
Mad Max.
That is hella dope. Dang, look at you being all cool. I'll be cool like you when I grow up.
Right?
That's dope.
Thank you, Mrs. Crosby. I gotta send her a thank you card.
Yeah, you gotta definitely do that. That's how dope. Did you? I seen one of your shows. You said you met her or something to that effect, or something.
Yeah, no, she's actually been on our show before. It was the season opener. I think it was during the COVID year, so nobody was allowed in. She was out there. Her and her husband were out there. So we interviewed both of them on the show, and that's when I first met them, and just kind of relationship, with in contact, with them since then. They're such a great family. You'll always see them out at the tailgate, all of them, the mom, dad, brother, sister. They're so nice to everyone. They're like that family, including Mad Max, is really like what Raider Nation is all about.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, we've had like good and bad times. We have a lot of disagreements, a lot of agreements. You know what I mean? But I mean, overall, man, this has been probably like one of the last couple of years. getting into this whole YouTube thing, man. It just opened my eyes to everything, man. So like, I want to thank a lot of people. Thank you, everybody, Dirty, a lot of everybody. I can't name them all, man. Like my boy Grady,
Yeah.
everybody, man. Everybody has been like, it's been great. Even though our fucking team's been shit and we've been up and down, man. I love going through it with most of you guys, not all of you, but you know what I mean. But dead serious. Like we're gonna go through it for the off season, next season. You know, God willing. You know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, we got to get something going. We got to figure out a different way to support this team to get like what we want out of it, because obviously the way we're going about it is not working. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Hopefully they can make this churn, because shit, we've all made churns in our lives, and we need something good, because I mean, we need players like that. We need a foundation like that. We can't just have one player. We need to have like, you know, damn near every single player like that. I'm not saying that some of these players don't have families like that or not in the community or anything like that, but it's just we need to actually kind of just come a little bit more closer and get a little bit more positive this year. You know, give that energy to our teams. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can manifest something good. Oh, see, cousin, manifest, great.
Y'all thinking alike?
As I was saying, and I looked down, I was manifest. I was like, oh shit.
There you go. Y'all think you're gonna love it.
See, that's
yes,
great,
please, if you haven't, please
energy.
subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We appreciate you. Like I said, you brought some friends and family here into our channel, so I appreciate it. Yeah, please hit that sub button. But anything else you wanna dissect with this video? I feel like that's all I can think of at the moment is all the underlining kind of stuff that I heard, that I read into.
I mean, I can pull up like the Onion or something like that, see what they say on the Raiders. Now, let me see. There's really nothing else besides the only thing that I seen. Oh, did you see that shit with apparently McDaniels' wife said put a tweet out or something. Yeah, apparently. So the tweet states something that apparently Issei, whatever the owner of the Colts, came to offer him the job, and he was in their bathroom for like an hour. And my dumb ass, the first thing I thought was, would they feed him? So I was just like, yeah, that's probably why you didn't want to take the job, you know? Probably because of her cooking. But I was like, okay. I was like, that just seems weird. I mean, I don't know, like if your boss came over, like someone trying to offer you a job and stuck in the bathroom for an hour, that's kind of weird. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do think, but maybe I read a different story, or they're both just made up. I thought it was something about his wife.
Really? Interesting.
Something about the bathroom and his wife. I don't know.
Oh my god. You took that shit way too far. The bathroom and his wife.
I thought that's what it said. I could be totally wrong here.
No, it wasn't McDaniel and his wife was in the bathroom. The owner came over to McDaniel's house to offer him the job. He goes, hey, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Where's your bathroom? And he was in the bathroom for like an hour.
And so that's why he told him no?
Yeah, he was kind of like, yeah, okay, what are you doing? And I guess the wife was tripping out and whatnot. And so that's where like he was like, yeah, that's why he backed out. I was like, what? He just probably IBS or something, you know what I mean? Some bad tacos.
That reminds what's that movie, Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
That's what I was thinking, the same shit. And then as somebody said in the chat, I think my cousin said he got stuck playing Candy Crush.
There you go. Oh yeah. Okay, so it wasn't about his wife.
Yeah, it wasn't about his wife. It was just
okay. My bad. Okay, I read it wrong. So the wife just felt uncomfortable. I'm gonna blame the headline, because the way the headline read it was like the wife felt uncomfortable with the coach or the owner in the bathroom for an hour. So maybe I just went there.
Well, yeah, I mean, wouldn't you? Like, I mean, think about it. Like, say, okay, you know, say somebody's headhunting you for a position. You know what I mean? They come to your house, you invite them to the house, whatever, you know, and then they turn around and I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and be in there for like half an hour, you know, an hour, half an hour. Like, you're all right in there, bro? Like, what's going on?
See, look at John Rader says the same thing. He saw the same thing I saw. Owner of Colts was in the restroom with McDaniel's wife. That's what I saw on a
Okay,
report.
pull
See,
it up.
that's what
Okay,
I thought
stop,
I
man.
saw
Yeah, you might be
too.
right, Josh. You might be right. Okay, pull it up. See if you can pull it up because I want to see that.
I thought, hey, listen, I thought that's what I saw. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. And maybe it was just, like I said, maybe it was just a tricky headline that
Let me
said
see
something like that to make me think that. Let's see.
Wife. Let me see. It's already here.
If anyone in the
Okay.
chat can find it before we do, please let me know.
Sports Seek. I don't think that's an actual solid place to actually get that. See, they're all kind of funny. I don't know. Like the heavy Barstool. Okay, Barstool. I'll read that. Josh McDaniels' wife apparently made him bail out on Colts because Jim's Arshay, I don't know how to say it. Irsay. Weird behavior. McDaniels' wife made him pull the plug after having Israel in his home in Massachusetts, observing his odd behavior. Behavior that included being in McDaniels' family bathroom for a very long, awkward period of time. Then it shows a picture of Ben Stiller and what all about Paul.
Oh, was it
When he's cleaning up. That's just stupid. What about Ross with the leather pants?
Right. From Friends, totally. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. We can go on and on with this. But Larissa, thank you so much. She said, how can I become a member? Is there a link? Yeah, if you go under the video, hit the join button. You can join there to become a member, and you can subscribe for free. But yeah, hit the join button. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The plot thickens. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's see what else there. So, you know what? I hadn't talked about this. Mad Max didn't get a Pro Bowl. Did he get a Pro Bowl or not?
Yeah, totally snubbed in my opinion. Devontae Adams sent out a tweet saying something to that nature. He said, I think he straight up said it. I don't even think he beat around the bush. I think he said Mad Max got snubbed, but thank you all for the third year in a row or something like that.
Yeah, they're saying that also Mac Hollins should be a priority. What you think about that?
Should be a priority
as a
sign him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did a good job. He definitely had his moments. He stepped up, when Waller was out. However, I think he is. Gosh, I don't want to use the right word. I want to sound rude. Let's put it this way. I think there are other priorities.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like
yeah. Right.
I mean,
number one is signing Josh Jacobs.
Right.
Number one is signing Josh Jacobs. That's to me the number one priority for the Raiders on offense.
The smartest move would be franchise tag. I said that once they didn't give him the 5th-year option. I said if he balls out, give him the franchise tag, and that's most likely what's going to happen. It would be the smart move. You know what I mean? He'll get some good money and give him time to give him a better contract, unless they swing for the fences with him. You know what I mean? And that's crazy that him, Najee Harris, what's name to Derrick Henry, they're all Alabama. They're all roadside. I didn't know that. They produce some good running backs.
Interesting. I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, I found that out today.
I love this conspiracy theories coming through here about what was happening in the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Let's see. Yep. Okay. So Indian food. Shout out to Ben Stiller. He was skiing with the white lady. If it wasn't Indian food, it's gotta be Thai food. I know, right?
Yeah.
And then Jimmy says the plot thickens. Uh-oh. We just gonna make up what happened in there.
It's so stupid. That's hilarious. Let me see what else I got here. I got so much stuff.
Digital Prez. He says Waller posted a Target ad for razors on his IG and got roasted for it because he has no facial hair.
Facial hair, yeah. What was he shaving? I remember.
It worked really well. It worked really well. That's hilarious. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's how I was like, oh my god, it's so stupid.
That's true.
So,
Huh?
yeah.
You've never seen him with the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, that's hella funny. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but I seen that he was in like a cowboy hat. It was on IG. I was like, what the hell is this? So I sent it to my friend, and she got all happy because he was in a little cowboy hat and little chaps or whatever the hell. Like, that shit. I don't like stuff like that because I'm a guy.
It's hilarious.
Anyways,
What do you think of this? Raiders till death. There's rumors Josh Jacobs is gonna get offered $14 million a year.
That would be great for him. That would be actually really, really good for him. I don't think they'll give him that. I think they'll give him overall that with guaranteed. So they might break it down like 10, 9 a year, but he's going to get a lot of guaranteed up front. Probably like a 3-year deal.
Okay.
So a lot of that guaranteed
How
money.
old is he? How old is he? 26-ish?
He's young. Yeah, 24, 26, yeah. Let me see. Oh, okay. I was looking something else up.
24. He's 24. Okay.
24, okay. Yeah, crazy. The one thing that I seen on IG, and everyone does these little different things. I seen what's the name? Lamar in black silver. Even though it looks nice and would be great,
Right.
he will not be coming. It says right here he's no longer a candidate. It says right here, DaCosta spoke with me today, said that he brought up several plans for our organization to move forward. Lamar Jackson future, rather optimistic, but he will be their franchise quarterback moving forward in the future.
Okay.
They're already talking numbers, so.
Okay.
So there goes that. So there's another guy that's down.
It's going to be interesting for sure. I mean, I don't think I've ever looked more forward to an off-season move than this. Because it's going to be interesting. And everyone's going to have an opinion on it. Everyone's going to feel some sort of way about it.
One thing that Derek Carr said, and in his preaching, whatnot, but it's kind of a rule of thirds. It's you can only be a third happy, third comfortable, you know what I mean, and a third something else. It's some crazy thing about it. But the uncomfortability makes you grow, right? When you're uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Anything that's uncomfortable has to grow, has to learn to be comfortable. You know what I mean? So that's what I think the nation is going through right now. We're going through growing pains because we've never been through like this part in 9 years. Right. So think about that. 9 years we haven't done this. So going through it, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be crazy. I'm
more excited though. I think the word for me is I feel excitement about it. I mean, hopefully I won't be disappointed and we get something I'm bummed about, but I'm excited to see the future of it because listen, the weapons, the weapons are there. And so, and I get people will say, oh, the Raiders are unstable. True. But, he's been around long enough. He's a seasoned veteran that should be able to adjust to different playbooks and different coaches. Like I said, if you look at Herbert, Lawrence, Burrow, they're all able to be successful. Yeah, they haven't had 6 different coaches. They've had one, but only for 2 years, 2 seasons, right? That's not a long time. And they've been able to master it and be successful early on and win playoff games. Look at Brock in San Francisco. I mean, the list really goes on and on. I mean, I know nobody wants to compare Derek Carr to what's his name? Mayfield. But Mayfield went after 2 days was managed to beat the Raiders. I mean, how unstable is that?
That's not necessarily unstable. Like for our organization, it is unstable. Now, a lot of people, right? So, but the thing is, though,
but I'm saying that they're able to succeed with very little preparation. So to say that Derek Carr, because it changes over so much, that's why he can't succeed. To me, that's not a good excuse.
So, not necessarily a good excuse. At this point, Baker Mayfield always has been a baller. no matter what. He's just been screwed. When he came out talking about the Browns are just a different color, but Raiders. Dysfunctional,
Right.
just bad. You know what I mean? The organization itself is dysfunctional, but the fan base is loyal. Not as loyal as the Raiders. No way. There's no fan base better than the Raiders. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But organizationally,
well, admittedly though, the Raiders stole their fan culture. Admittedly,
did we? I'll never admit that.
yeah, the dog pound.
I never admit.
Yeah, you got to go watch. Yeah, the black hole came from the dog pound.
Oh, dope.
The black hole came from the dog pound.
I thought the black hole came before that.
No, it came after it. The Raiders. Well, I think when they moved from LA to Oakland, they said they wanted to be like those fans, and that mimicked it off of what they did.
Got you.
So,
right, cool.
but I digress a little bit. I want to shout out Larissa. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Thank you. Much love.
Yes. Yeah. So, see, I did not know that. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. So I was gonna say something, but I lost my train of thought.
So no, you were saying how they're like a great. No, you were saying how they're a loyal fan base. How they're a great fan base. They're like the Raiders, but a different color.
So Baker, when he came in, that's what I was. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. He's a valuable option for us because now they're picking up. They're saying that Bradford's going to, Sam Bradford is not Bradford. Oh my God, why did I say that? Shit. Who's the coach? The quarterback from the Rams?
Oh, are you talking about Matt Stafford? The previous quarterback?
Stafford. There you go. I apologize, Stafford. Yeah. So Stafford's coming back. So Baker will be a valuable backup. But a lot of people didn't know that Sean McVay and Baker Mayfield have a personal relationship for the last 3 years. And they started the relationship when McVay was actually going to the draft to go watch Baker Mayfield, and he sat next to him on the flight all the ways over there. They chopped it up, so they have a rapport, and they would have conversations weekly. So Baker Mayfield's been kind of through the ringer. If he were to come to us, that would be a good kind of bridge to get the next guy to come up. So like a Purdy would be like watching, Trey Lance in front of him and Garoppolo hand off Jimmy. You know what I mean? But it's a very rare thing that Mr. Irrelevant is actually balling 6-0, but he has offensive defense,
right?
But he has everything though. He has everything that Stidham doesn't. You know what I mean? So that's
Stidham does have weapons, but hot nail, yes. I thought I answered this when Larissa asked, but yeah, if you want to become a member, hit the join button under the video. You'll see it there. It's to the right of our graphic, our name, and to the left of well, maybe I see it differently. Maybe I see it differently than you. I believe it's right on the video.
Any of the mods, can you guys throw our links in, our IGs and all that stuff? It'll be great.
Yeah, if somebody. No, we have not. We have not put that up. It's a team. Definitely. We can talk about Derek Carr all day long, but at this point, I'm with Otis. I think he said he's over it. He's done. He's gone. And I'm kind of, we're going to talk about the juicy stuff that comes out with the Carr family, but I'm kind of there too. I'm less concerned about discussing where Derek Carr is headed and more concerned about discussing who the Raiders are going to acquire.
Yeah. And how the trade, I think probably the next thing we'll probably talk about is what are the trade, who's going to trade, what we can probably do that, talk about a little bit where we can see what we can get from them. But I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to it, we'll see how these next playoff games are going to happen. It's going to be a good weekend of football.
Definitely. Otis right here says, why not keep Stiddy as a bridge? He knows the system and can get a 2-year deal out of him. I mean, for sure. I think keep him as the backup. I actually thought that with Bisaccia, it's an interesting situation. Once you get to a higher level, you don't want to be demoted, so you move elsewhere.
Right.
I think Stidham is a good backup. I hope he stays as the backup. But same with Bisaccia. I thought he was good at what he did as a Raiders coach. I think they should have probably given him his position back. And I didn't want it, whatever. But But this is an interesting point because once someone becomes a starter, right, they might have some different kind of feeling about being bumped back to the backup.
Right. I mean, when it comes down to it, there's 32 teams and possibly a total of 66 positions in quarterback. So if you're coming into the league and you have players like Renfro, Waller, the number one receiver, wherever you're at, if you can get on that field in any position, you need to get into that position. You need to get there, whether it's backup, whatever not. You need to prove to yourself, to whoever.
Where did you get 66? Where'd you get 66?
32 teams, 3 quarterbacks.
Right. 96?
96, my bad. Sorry.
96, okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I'm following.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, but that's 96 positions, right? Regardless of whatever. Right. But some coaches, some teams don't even carry all that, right? But it's just, I'm just saying, I digress. But I mean, how many players are in the NFL if you really, really get to it? Raider Wade's been saying that, man. I don't know, man. That guy's, I don't know, man. That guy's.
I thought it was a joke. Is this for real?
No, Deuce.
Can we restructure Deuce Gruden's contract?
Nah, it's a joke.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought so. Yeah, what's up, SC? Thanks for joining us.
What's up, bro? SC was good. Yeah. But I mean, pretty much what's going to end up happening with him, he's not going to do nothing. We're going to be all right. I think overall, when we talk again, we'll talk about who's actually going to come. We'll have more of along the lines of like more set in stone what we're going to have and what we can get.
Yeah. Otis here. He wants to clone Stabler and Plunkett.
Damn, that would be nice.
We need some DNA. We need some DNA here.
So it'd be Stabunket.
Stabunket. Oh, speaking of, we haven't gotten any suggestions that I have seen. Speaking of Stabunket,
right?
We need a name for our show. We need some show ideas here for our name. Right now we're just going with the generic live with spicy and low, but we got to come up with something. Like we're winging this show tonight. Like I think it's pretty good actually.
Yeah,
considering we just came up with it a few hours ago. Once we really get it nailed in, I think it's going to be good. But hey, we need a show name. Any ideas? Come on, Travis, Hot Neil,
anybody, Larissa,
Raider Way. Y'all watch.
Travis,
come on.
Travis. Yep.
Some of you are funny too. So I'm not.
Yeah. Be nice. Be nice. Don't be too mean.
Yeah, I mean, make me laugh though. Oh, I like this. This is good. This is good here. Getting spicy.
He's always saying, SC, no, you gotta stop with that shit. SC always said, my boy gets from the no, gets down and dirty and low. Down low spice.
Getting low.
Sounds like a drug.
Down low spice.
Down low spice. Yeah, man. We'll come up with something during the week. Are you doing any shows this week at all after this one? I mean, you have anything planned?
Probably not till next week. Next week we have our Raiderette show, our Raiderettes Roundtable on Tuesday, and then we have our take for Life, our Raider story on Wednesday, and I guess whatever we decide to go on again. What is this one here? Hold on. The Brutal Spicy Low Show. Or how about Organic Spicy and Low? Tell us, what is your upcoming lineup for your shows?
Pretty much right now I'm just sticking with my one Saturday show, 1 week a show. We can't even fucking talk. I do one show every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12. Just panel. Usually kind of normal, same guys. You know what I mean? I got my boy Gravy, Ern, my boy Mikey G. He shows up. Raider Ben. My brother Twan, Dirty Raider. You know what I mean? These are all guys that I mess with, and a lot of people in the chat too. You know what I mean? Job, me and Job been talking a lot as of late. You know what I mean? James Furpo, Raider Travis is from Fresno. I just found out about that. Yes, Travis, I am from Fresno too. We got to grab a cigar, chop it up a little bit. I seen your brand, bro. I'm probably gonna have to get a couple shirts from you, but one of these days we'll get together, brother. But yeah, so just a Saturday show. I will be. after football season's over, I will be transitioning to a little bit more of a kind of topical show, chopping it up about everything, a little bit more motivation. I do music also, so I'll be showing some of the music that I'll be putting out on wherever I'm going to be releasing it and stuff like that and stuff. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So every Saturday, and then whenever we start doing our show, are we going to just wing it just whenever? Just pick a day or just roll the dice?
We'll talk about it. Maybe maybe just wing it whenever when something juicy pops, when something juicy pops, we're like, hey,
just hit me. We can jump on real quick. Yeah.
Let's jump on. Let's come on tonight. So the reckless car crew just put out another silly video we got to talk about.
Hey, so what are we gonna do? Like seriously, when Car's gone, we're gonna sit there still like, how's your day? That's all we're gonna talk about. Nothing else to talk about.
Oh, are you kidding? We're Raiders fans.
Yeah.
There's always going to be like, come on. Being a Raiders fan doesn't come without controversy.
You know what?
Whether it's on the field, off the field.
I literally want to just become Raider famous so I can just talk to Mark Davis and introduce him to my nephew. So my nephew will give him a nice haircut. I'll get him some clothing options. You know what I mean? Like I'll get him a nice little sweater.
Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking. I the guy frustrates me so much, but we're here. I'm sticking with him. I'm really, really gonna put a lot of energy into this coaching staff. I'm gonna put I'm gonna go all in, so to speak. You know what I mean? Hopefully this offseason we'll grow together, chat, nation, you know what I mean? We're gonna have some fun this offseason. Hopefully.
All right. I love it. Well, thank you all for joining. I think we've been on for a little while now. We didn't really have a schedule for the show or time, but I'm getting hungry, so it might be time to wrap up. If you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button. Thank you to the super chat. Thank you to the new member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the show. Of course, just to become a subscriber, it is free. And you want to tell them the name of your show, your channel as well?
Yeah, pretty much. It's on IG and also on YouTube. It's going to be the Dirty Low Show, DIRT_E_LOW. Yep, that's it. I'm in TikTok and all that, but if you want to talk to me, you find me on IG. That's where I'm normally at. So.
All right.
So, yeah. So thank you guys, man. Thank you, Spicy. I mean, this is a great idea. It just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Came out of nowhere. I like it. It was good vibing with you. I like your vibe. I like your knowledge. I like the flow of it. Thank you to everyone in the chat for, keeping the conversation going and for the feedback as well. We love feedback. We want to evolve here. We want to evolve and rebrand and, give you content watching.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys watch this after the fact, you know what I mean? Go ahead and just, hit the like buttons. I know it helps. I know that, I never really promote the whole like and all that stuff, but I know going on this year, I'm trying to make some big moves this year. So hopefully, the nation will be around with it. And, obviously we're going to be here and keep moving forward. So like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. Please actually comment in, because in the chats, it'll be hard to circle back through these. Comment below after the video ends, if you can, what you think the name of the show should be.
Right.
And maybe we'll take a vote or do an opinion poll or something like that. But yeah, comment down below with your show idea or your name ideas for the show. I don't even think we have a clever way to end the show yet. So what do we do on the fly?
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for showing up. We'll have a better outfit next time. All right, you guys have a good one.
You all. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Salute, Raider Nation. Much love.
Raider Nation, welcome to Live with Spicy and Low.
Come and go with me and let me blow your mind. Do you
Can I just say really quickly before we sign off? I'm not mad at this one. The spicy lowdown. The spicy lowdown. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Put your comments down below. Let us know what you think it should be. Thank you everyone for watching. Good night.
All right, please. Stupid.